Hello, everybody. My name is Chara, and this my community server, day 20. We are nearly 3 weeks in. We're still going. I was gonna say going strong. A certain portion of the population is still going strong, but our active player count has definitely gone down. Only a couple other people on right now, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to let them know I'm streaming, just in case they don't know. Hey, Kitty. Hey, Richard. How you doing today? So let us check our stock before we do anything else. Make sure we have everything in stock. And Richard Rico, I think we have a meteor destruction viewing platform covered. I appreciate the offer to build one, but I think we got it. I think we got it covered. Maybe next time, if you're interested in that, let me know. Let me know a little earlier next time, because I already told somebody else they could do it, right? So we have a skid steer, we have a truck, we have an excavator, we have an industrial elevator. Is anybody else other than Darth Damo interested in an industrial refrigerator? Should I make another one of those just to have? Maybe I should make one. Kitty is sleepy, is she? Kitty just woke up from a cat nap? Har har har. All right, so I need some more advanced circuits for that. I think I have the materials for those. Oh, I don't have much. I don't have a lot of substrate though. That's my fiberglass stash right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. You want a regular refrigerator or two? Oh yeah, I never did make any regular refrigerators. That is made over here? Question mark? Or is it over there as well? Want the normal refrigerator, I assume? Basic circuits, radiators. Um, all right, I'll make a couple of these. Um, I'm not sure what the charge. I have to check my spreadsheet. I'll put them on my store later. I'll make them later, or I'll make them now. I'll put them in my store later. So can't really make any radiators because I'm out of heat sinks. Can I make more heat sinks? I can make more heat sinks. And these heat sinks just eat up the copper, man. Like so much copper for those heat sinks, which is fine. Hey, Thorgrim, how are you doing today? So let's get some more copper plates going so we can make some more heat sinks in the future. Let's eat some grub here. Beautiful. All right. Strawberry would like an industrial refrigerator. All right. There is another one. There is one coming. And then a couple of regular refrigerators behind that. All kinds. Does anybody want a washing machine? I'll put a couple washing machines up. I guess anything that's industry. I'm the only one really making, right? Because Bori, I don't know, has Bori been? Oh no, Bori was on. Sorry, apologies, Bori, if you're watching. I'm not sure how much of this stuff Bori's actually making though. Just relaxing at the moment. That is good. Nothing wrong with a little relaxed session. Oh, and an excavator has sold. One for the industrial fridge. 2.5 to 3 minutes. Wind turbine. Calories been making the wind turbines. I've kind of just let him have that. You know what I mean? Um, but I mean, Rico, you should be connected. Like if you go to power, you should be connected to like the main power grid. You shouldn't need wind turbines unless you're building far away somewhere. In which case, I mean, I'll try to get some more wind turbines up later. I'm gonna need a bunch of circuits for that. So let's make even more substrate if I'm gonna be pounding circuits later. For now, all right, so there's a couple things I want to talk about. So there's a vote up on the Discord. For anybody, if you haven't voted yet, go on the Discord Eco channel. It's pinned. Thorgrim would like an industrial fridge as well. Okay. All right, so there is apparently a demand for industrial refrigerators and normal refrigerators, and I probably should have been making those all along. Your place isn't connected? You mean this place right here? You need gearboxes? Need this isn't connected, Kitty? I mean, surely you can just drop a. All you need is one thing that conveys power, right? You should be able to connect yourself. I don't know your property names. I don't know where that is. I don't know which one of your properties that is. I mean, yes, no, I'm the whole. I realize the whole map isn't connected yet, but I'm pretty sure Rico should be connected specifically. I know eventually the plan is to have everybody connected, but I don't believe that's the case yet. But Rico should be connected. But if you're building somewhere other than here, yeah, I mean, I just don't know your. I don't pay attention to other people's property names. I know you have like three different properties. I have no idea which one is which. So maybe just maybe some power. Maybe should I make power poles instead? Which are made or street lights, so more people can get power rather than have a bunch of. Yeah, I'll need to buy some steel for that, but again, I'll do it later because I don't want to spend stream trying to figure out prices because I would have to check my spreadsheet and all that. Um, it's much more efficient to just get power poles than it is to get wind turbines, right? A lot cheaper anyway, or should be. So yeah, there's a vote on the Discord for what day do we want to shoot the meteor down in the eco channel. It's pinned. Um, Basically, there's 2 weekends, either Saturday or Sunday. Although way more people have been voting for Saturday. Just go in, click any and all days that work for you, or if there's one that's much better, obviously just vote for that one. You should have enough power personally until I have advanced masonry tables. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can get. I haven't been putting the electricity stuff up. I've been kind of letting Cal handle the power stuff. But if it's an issue that like that people aren't getting power from the grid, then yeah, I'll have to jump in and start making stuff for that. All right, so should industrial refrigerator is in stock now. Um, can I make an excavator? I think I need to get some radiators for that. But we have heat sinks coming, so that'll work. Yeah, that's why I haven't touched it, right? I haven't made. I mean, I've made electrical stuff, but I haven't sold any of the electrical stuff, right? I've just been selling industry stuff basically. But and actually, Cal's busy. Cal's not on right now. I think Cal's actually been busy with work the last couple days, which busier than normal. Um, so yeah, Meteor Day vote. Just let me know. Right now, I think Saturday the 25th of February is winning. Um, which is like a little over 3 weeks away. But could be the weekend before if people would rather do it then. I mean, either weekend work for me, to be honest. Um, all right, actually, hold up. So today, is there anyone who needs iron bar? I mean, I could probably use a bit. I have a buy order up. I don't know. I obviously have a limit though, because I only need so much. It's just iron is mostly used earlier, like before steel. Once steel comes out, there's not a lot of iron used. So that's probably why you're having trouble selling your iron, right? Iron's just not used for much at this point, unfortunately. What has Punch got going on over here with all this flat steel? Cal wasn't on when I was yesterday, so I say he's most likely busy. So he was able to start his temple build. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's playing a lot still. It's just earlier he was on like 15 hours a day, right? Yeah, so here you not have power. Is it here you're trying to get power to? As you should almost have power. Like these should be conveying power. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's how much the grid does, 36,000. Anyway, when I see Calorie, I'll ask him what's going on and I'll jump in if needed. Has Dufresne done any work? I haven't been up this way lately, so I want to go up this way on stream. Oh, so is he slowly transferring it over to brick, I guess? So this looks like kind of like a cathedral almost, I would call it. Oh, cactus. I got cactus in my eye. Ugh, that was rough. Yeah, like so I'm assuming, does the power grid reach your property over here, Rico? I feel like you shouldn't need all those wind turbines, but I could be wrong. Oh no, I fell. I fell in a hole. I mean, the wind turbines are good because they're giving power to the grid, right? Because I mean, the power's coming up over the hill, right? Isn't it? No, or maybe it's not. No. Okay, so this is on a separate grid. I thought this was. Need a couple of power poles up here. Oh, out on the island, you want power. Okay. Yeah, I'll get some wind turbines up later and power poles and stuff. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna have to go hunt for some supplies. I'm gonna have to do some pricing. Um, and again, I don't want to. Well, I don't want to spend stream checking my spreadsheet and doing prices. All right, away we go. Go north. We haven't gone up this way in a while. I like the lights though, and the garage doors, Rico. It looks like a real garage, right? That's pretty cool. So yeah, so this tunnel still needs work. This ramp still needs to be widened. It's still stone road. So there's lots of road work. Um, Somebody mentioned yesterday that it'd be cool if the government bought crushed stone, crushed slag in particular. And I said eventually we can, but as long as there's still roads that need to be made like this, then it's not going to happen yet. All right, so I'm just going to kind of park out of the way in case anybody drives up this way. So this is a road district. This is the copper road. Well, the copper appears to have been largely picked clean. Oh, looks like there's another seam. Oh, never mind. There's a whole other seam of copper up here. So this is Ishmael's property. Go in the door. Down into the room. Wait, isn't there a way to get up from here? Maybe there isn't. I thought his property went all the way up to the surface. Am I missing a ladder somewhere? There's a stairway down. Oh, maybe we get, okay, we get up this way. Okay. I think this will go all the way up to the surface eventually. We got to go down to get up. Oh, yeah, so he's got, okay, so here's his smelting equipment. Roth flotation cell, jaw crusher, blast furnace, and a sensor-based belt sorter. And this, I assume, is his house. Yeah, there's his bedroom. Wait, is this the way we came? No, where does that lead? Let's find out where this leads. Now I'm curious. Oh, this leads out to the outdoors, I think. This is like his back door. Or is going to be his back door. You can tell it's getting close because it's dirt instead of stone. Yeah, like I think he's got several back doors going in a bunch of different directions, if I remember correctly. Up we go. All right, so bedroom. Blast. Okay, do people still want blast furnaces? I can make some more blast furnaces. And up we go again. What do we got here? A little partially done room, different materials. Ooh, nice bathroom. I know I always like to have a table next to my bathtub just in case people want to have a game of cards while I'm soaking in the tub, right? Makes sense to me. And we made it. We have made it to the surface. We have surfaced. Nice. Okay, so he's got some wind turbines. Yeah, people have been clearly buying wind turbines because they're not connected to the grid yet, which is fine. Eventually, hopefully, everybody will be connected, but we will need a lot of power for the lasers and stuff. So, all right, now I need to get back down. Yeah, I could probably just go down there by Rico's and get back in the tunnel. Probably the play. Oh, my ankle. I just broke my ankle. Leapage. Oh, let's go this way. Oh, we're supposed to be going south. Yeah, I did not jump the right way. Oh, am I trapped now? I'm not gonna be able to get where I want to go. No, I can just go around here. Okay. Um, yeah, it's weird not having fall damage to me in games, right? Like most games have fall damage. And special shout out to Lord of the Rings Online, Latro. If you jump from super high, you die, right? But if you jump from like a decent height, and obviously there's a height where you don't get hurt at all. But if you jump from like a medium height in between, you like hurt your legs and you move really slowly for like 15 seconds, which I just think is pretty cool. And that's the only game where I've ever seen like that kind of fall damage. Holy crap. Who bought all that? Rico, don't you already have all that stuff? All right, I'll have to make more, obviously. um yeah, it's funny. I keep thinking I'm always like every time I make a skid steer or a truck, I'm like, all right, surely this one's not going to sell. Surely we're at the maximum. Surely everybody has one, but they always sell every time. So yeah, so this. Oh, who's got a mine out here? Whose mine is this? Bori's gold mine. It looks like. So I'll keep trying to. I'll try to keep them in stocks. Yeah, this road needs work. This road is garbage, basically. But I mean, since Griffin went on vacation, I know I used to take this road all the time because I used to come out and buy Griffin smelted goods, but I haven't been back lately. Back February 14th, he is cruising the Caribbean. So Griffin's in the Caribbean right now. Bill just got back from the Caribbean a couple days ago. He was in Jamaica. Uh, I know Wired Orange is going on vacation. Um, there's somebody else that's on vacation right now, isn't there? I forget who though. This was not here last time I was here. I don't think, or was it? Was this here? What's this? Is this reinforced concrete? What shape makes that? Like if I had reinforced concrete, what form looks like that? Does anybody know? Like if I wanted to change my workshop to look like this, what form would I use? Not sure why I have my road tool in my hand. Fence? Oh, that's a fence. See, I would have never thought to use fence. Doesn't really look like a fence, right? Two people say fence, so I'm gonna say it's fence. I trust Kitty when it comes to building things. Yeah, so this desert just I don't know. Like we talked about this last time, but I expected this desert to be way more occupied than it is. Oh well, all right. So I'm gonna go out to the 0-0 spot here. There's still just the one truck there, I think. Just Ubuntu's truck. You did it on your Bakeley last run? Okay. Guess I didn't notice. Maybe I noticed the reinforced concrete more this time because I'm using reinforced concrete. Probably show off Skull's new build here. Oh, I like the multicolor. I like this, whatever you want to call it. The with the mortar limestone mixed with the brick. Just white and red. White and red goes well together in general, I find. I know there was the first run that we had the colored bricks mod. I used white and red brick and I liked it. So this is Skull store and smelting slash crushing area. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've shown this. I don't think I've shown this on stream yet, so glad I got out this way. And Skull's oil area. Looking good. All right, and there we go. I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you can get through this tunnel now. Yeah, I never would have thought to use fence. And I mean, I never would have guessed that that was fence because it didn't look like fence, right? We'll come out by Hood and Doors place here. Then we're going to turn left and go out to the 00 place. Talk a little more about what's going on out there. That's why I'm not sure who made this part of the road. I'm assuming Rico, because Rico has property out this way. But then I made the road over to the 00 spot. This is a lot of roads. This is a lot of roads. All right. Don't want to miss my turn. Edible is playing Eco. Nice. All right, so yeah, so this is the road to the 00 spot. So Ubuntu, if you're watching, or Simon, if you're watching, you want to let Ubuntu know. Our truck is out here, so you walk or, you know, get driven out here by somebody else. Come down here. Well, you do need to come back out and finish the road. I ran out of road, so it's a little thin. So you come out here, you can either take the elevator down. There's also, if you swim down, there is there's a door over here, I think. So thank you to Xandra for building this. Just because it sucks if, you know, your truck bugs out and ends up out at 00 and you have to come try to recover it, right? Especially if your truck is full. So now if it happens, your truck will be right here-ish. Right, where's exactly 00? Right here. Your truck will be right here. Oh, just crushed myself with the elevator. So wow, that elevator takes a long time to come down. I sent it down and I swam down and I raced it. That's crazy. So yeah, so Ubuntu, your truck is here. You can come grab it, take the elevator up. Oh, it didn't go all the way down because I was in the way or because that stuff was in the way. All right, so yeah, this stuff just seems to teleport here sometimes for whatever reason. And let's send the elevator back down. And I'm going to take it up. Or I could probably just do an unstuck. Probably work as well. Probably a lot faster. Right? What happens if I unstuck here? Where will it put me? Nowhere. What if I swim out and under the road? Well, if I unstuck here, will it put me on the road? Aha. I have won this round, Eco. All right. What else did I want to look at here? Well, I mean, I could just go start working on the racetrack now. That was going to be my main thing I was going to do today. It's the main thing I need to do. But I'm going to go back to my store and queue up some more things to my workshop. Get some more stuff on the go. Oh, going the wrong way. You can see Rico's little property out here. What's that, composite? That's a nice light composite. Oak, maybe? Is that oak? I want to say that's oak. Shall we make? I don't know what those words mean. We just tuned in and saw Ubuntu's truck at the bottom of the ocean. Yes, so you just need to come out here. We made this road and this elevator, so yeah, you should be able to come recover it now. All right, so what kind of composite is this? Birch. Oh, I should know birch. Birch is pretty light. And what do we got for the corners here? Redwood. think what you're asking here, Rico, and correct me if I'm wrong if you're still watching, you're asking about the meteor destroying platform. Um, I asked about it in chat a couple days ago or on the Discord. Nobody answered me. Because nobody answered me, basically, I was talking to Kitty about it a few days ago. Kitty said, well, I can do it. I'd like to do it, but I've done it before. So, I was like, all right, I'll ask if anybody else wants to do it. Nobody answered until today, but I'd already told Kitty, like if nobody says anything in a day or so, you can just do it. So Kitty's going to do it, but yeah. So, but thank you for the offer. Maybe next time if nobody wants to do it next run. Does this road lead anywhere? Just over to here, this island. Okay. All right, so back this way we go then. Back this way we go. I should probably stay on the other side because this side's not complete. I would be at the bottom of the ocean if I'm not careful. Time to work on the racetrack. I haven't really done much work on it since Tuesday's stream. Definite time. But I'm going to try to get working on it. Hoping to have it done by the weekend. Maybe we can do some time trials on Saturday. If not, then we'll try to on Sunday at the very least. And probably Tuesday's stream. Tuesday's stream will be races. Largely. Simon says, I guess Hilbert drove it because Ubuntu decides to see your truck there. Well, no, it's a bug. Sometimes your truck teleports to 0-0, right? Doesn't matter where it is in the world. As like I'm not, like I don't think Hilbert drove it out there. It's a bug that is why it's out there. I mean, Hilbert might have drove it somewhere. So that's why that road is there, because it happened to Axel's truck already. Oh yeah, Kitty, the road to the racetrack has come a long way. For sure. Let the world load in here. Darkness Company HQ. Oh wow, when did this come from? This wasn't here yesterday. None of this was here yesterday. Oh, there's the coal that you found. It was last at Thorgrim's, yeah. You got one of our steam trucks stuck in some hole? Oh, that is probably something else. Yeah, you were busy yesterday, Kitty. You certainly were. So, I'm assuming you've kind of abandoned this area then? Well, I guess you still have some stuff here. But you're mostly going to be working out of here and here, right? Is the plan, I assume? Last floor, yeah, that's slick. Oh, what's under it? Is that corrugated steel underneath? Looks like. That's pretty neat. Yeah, corrugated steel under it. That's nice. What are you selling here anyway? Coal, stones. Oh, I'll be buying some of those mortared stones. Well, there's a bunch of mortared stone in a bunch of the government buildings too. Yeah, there's 2,100 mortared stone in the museum. These lights out here, I assume you mean? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's real nice, Kitty. Oh, I didn't even, I was in this room with the story. I didn't even notice the ladder. The glass signs. Okay, which signs are glass? Is this glass? Oh yeah, you can see the glass. Nice. Signs are fancy. Yeah, you were busy yesterday. None of this was here yesterday when I drove by to do. I did a little bit of work on the racetrack yesterday. None of that was there at all. Simon says, this weekend we will finish the pyramid. Nice. I'm hoping to have the racetrack done by this weekend as well. Depends how much digging I have to do. Like, the plan is to have most of the track up elevated like this, but there will have to be some digging. Like, it's going to finish with the tunnel. There's going to be a tunnel coming up in the section that I'm going to go clear out right now. I'm going to go mine out some limestone. Um, but yeah, and I do need to redo the area I have coming up where you can fall off. I'm going to redo that area. I don't want people to be able to fall off. I think it's a little too harsh. And what the heck's going on here? So this is weird. So desert sand or desert dirt, I should call it. If you hit it with the road tool, it'll turn into road, but it'll turn back into desert. The thing was, for like 2 days, this stayed as dirt road, but now it won't. It's like, did it used to be not desert? Like, can the desert grow because of climate change or whatever? Simon says, but we had a question: can we rent an excavator to someone because we don't have 1,500 loonies? I might, Richard. I'll let you know. It just depends. I'm not sure exactly what the terrain looks like. Um, I can get you. I can find a way to get an excavator in your hands, Simon. Katie, I accidentally dug the mines all the way to the surface, so I filled it with dirt so it doesn't mess with the racetrack. Climate change can shift the biomes. Yeah, I think that must be what happened there. Let's yoink. Okay. Up we go this way. There we go. Even easier to dump stuff in. All right, so that one that can stay. So let's start mine here. And how you doing today, Don? Yeah, I'm sure somebody. I can. I mean, I can rent you one if nobody else does. Like, I'll make one, rent it to you, and then once you're done with it, I'll sell it. Right? If nobody else hooks you up, but Don's already offered, so you should be good. Feels lonely here without Calla being on 12 hours a day. Assuming he's just busy with work. He didn't freeze to death because apparently it snowed in Texas the other day, which is not what I thought happened in Texas. But I mean, not like I've ever been to Texas, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some kind of expert on Texas because that's most definitely not the case. I went to Georgia once. I was in Georgia for like a weekend. Once is the only time I've been in the States. I was in, or like just outside Atlanta for a weekend. This is my only trip to the States. My only time outside of Canada. That is the only time I've been outside of Canada. I've been through most of Canada. Yeah, I'm not a world traveler by any stretch. Yeah, isn't there a way that you can like set your vehicles to rent too? Like, how do you do that? Rent, manage, rent. Can you rent? Yes, so you can rent your vehicles just through this, right? Move-in fee. All right. Oh, you got Saturday. Is that all right? So Kitty says, "Oh man, when I lived in Texas, it snowed, aka just a flurry. People freaked the f out over it. Just flurries, and I was dying. Yep. Even though you censored the f word, it still held your message for review. I gotta like relax the auto moderators in YouTube. It's a little too strict, I think. So if you're hoping to have the pyramid done on Saturday, Means maybe it'll be done for my stream on Saturday then, or maybe it'll have to wait for Tuesday. Just gas it up. That's the thing. If anybody ever lends you their vehicle, always make sure it has at least the same, if not more, gas in it when you give it back. That's just a life hack in general. To not be, not suck in life. When somebody lends you their vehicle, always gas it up. Yeah, I heard you say last night, Kitty, or the other night, that Snatch is gets eaten by the filter. Now I wonder, is the filter like a server setting that I can turn off? I wonder. I mean, I understand why Snatch is banned though. Like, there's, Snatch has a dirty meaning. I understand that one, and yet YouTube lets it through, but it doesn't let through a pre-censored version of the F word, which I mean, I don't know why I just don't like swearing. For anybody who's ever been in voice chat with me, you know that I do swear. I just don't like to swear on stream. Snatch is another word for your vajayjay, Kitty. Is why Snatch is. Yeah, I'll have to look at that for next server. Because yeah, I don't mind if people swear a bit. Like shit. Like, I think it'd be fine if you could say shit, right? For example, in eco chat. So I might have to see if I can find it. I'll see if there's like if I can just control. Well, I don't want to. I feel like I'm censoring people. You know what I mean? There's very few words that I feel like need to be banned, right? There definitely are some words, though. Did you really not know that Snatch meant that, Kitty? Maybe that's an old one. Maybe that's like not used anymore. Cause you're a fair bit younger than me, right? But like in the 80s and 90s, that's when I heard Snatch being called that, right? It's like the 80s and 90s. Yeah, that's what Snatch. That's why you can't say Snatch. You think you're 29? What do you mean you think? Then again, I turned 29 like 6 times in a row at one point, so I get it. I do get it. Remember how high I have to go here too. So I gotta be able to clear Kitty's road. You remember Snatch? Yeah. Like when I was a teenager, that was when Snatch was, and it's not like people said it all the time or anything. But yeah. Anyway, enough about Snatch. It's also a movie, I think, right? Like Brad Pitt, I want to say, is in that movie. I think. Pretty sure it's a movie. Somebody Google that and let me know. You lost count of your age. And fun fact, you don't have the best memory. I mean, you must know what year you were born, though, right? Oh, well, YouTube censored it too, Edible. I had to let that through. His house at Relay, Dead Cthulhu, wait streaming. YouTube censored it too. So one of those words for some reason is tagged. Right? That's crazy that I had to approve that. Katie says, fun fact, during high school taking my state stupid mandatory test, I completely forgot my name and needed a friend to tell me what it was. Okay. Hold up, you forgot your name? Or you were just like stressed because of the test and you were like panic? Surely you didn't remember. You did. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't laugh. That's weird, Kitty. Your name is kind of essential information. Your full name. Holy wow. And don't get me wrong, I've forgot some things in my life that I can't believe I forgot. All right, okay. Well, here's one. Here's probably my most embarrassing thing that I forgot. And I might have told this story already. I apologize if I did, but even if I did, I'm sure there's some people that didn't hear it. So five five-ish years ago, I had a gallstone attack. I had to have my gallbladder taken out. This is back when I worked at the French fry factory still, obviously. Um, so yeah, let me think. So I've been doing this for 2 years. Yeah, be 4 or 5 years ago. I had my gallbladder taken out. So between the gallstone attack and the surgery and the surgery recovery, I was off work for like 3 weeks, I think. So that job, it's like you work 4 days on, 12-hour shifts, and you have 4 days off. So I missed three full 4 day cycles. So roughly 3 weeks. And keep in mind, at this point, I'd been working at this job for like 7 years. 7 or 8 years I've been at this job. I was off for 3 weeks. I get back to work. I go into the locker room. I go to my locker. And I completely blanked on my locker combination. I've had the same lock on my locker at that point for 7 or 8 years. I open that lock 4 times a week, every week, for 7 years. I'm off for 3 weeks and I forgot the combination. Like completely forgot it. Not like, oh, it's 22, 33, and I can't remember the last number. I completely blanked on all three numbers. I literally had to go into the plant manager's office, use his phone to call maintenance to come in with bolt cutters to cut my own lock off my locker because I couldn't remember my combination. I was so embarrassed. 7 or 8 years I've been using that lock combination and I completely forgot it. Apparently, I stored that information in my gallbladder because without it, I couldn't remember. I don't know. It was weird. It was pretty embarrassing though, right? Because people knew because I had to call maintenance to cut my lock off, right? Kitty says I blame it on the migraines. You've had them since I was 8 and you swear they've caused memory loss. Hey, it could be. The brain is a very complicated thing. Yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that I've forgotten in my life. And yeah, but hey, it's behind me now. I don't work there anymore, so I don't care. But yeah, it was pretty embarrassing getting out on the floor late because I couldn't get into my locker because I forgot my combination. Oh well, it's fine. Everything is fine. You forgot your wedding date? Oh, don't tell Ubuntu that. Surely it's written on a calendar somewhere. Gallbladder removal causes all messed up things. Sadly, when I had mine removed, I couldn't sleep laying down and had to sleep in a recliner. Wow. Mine wasn't that bad. Well, I had the surgery. Oh, I forget what it's called. Surgery where they just make like four little small incisions rather than one big incision. So it wasn't too bad. It was easy recovery. And I didn't have to pay anything for it because I live in Canada. I couldn't imagine living in the States for something like that. Like the pain I was in for that, I couldn't imagine being in a situation where you have that pain, but the only way you can get the pain removed is to go thousands of dollars in debt. Anyway, sorry, Americans. I'm not trying to crap on your country. It just blows my mind that's. I don't know. I'm so used to free healthcare. It's just I don't know. Not having it, it's hard to wrap my head around, right? I'm sure Europeans are same way, right? Although realistically, though, I guess that job, I likely the benefits at that job were pretty good. I would have had medical, right, at that job, but still, the point remains. Yeah, apparently, Kitty, gallbladder removal. I looked into it a bit. It's way more common in women than it is in men. So I'm one of the odd ones. But it sucked. Haven't had to worry about my gallbladder, but I do deal with kidney stones a few times a year. Ouch. Yeah, so I had had a few attacks, like gallstone attacks, but it hurt. Don't get me wrong, but the pain was largely manageable, and it went away after a few hours every time. Started getting them more frequently. I went to my doctor, my family doctor, and he thought it was an ulcer. So I was taking like some kind of pill for that or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with kidney stones. And then finally, the gallstones that came even more frequently till I finally had one so bad. Pain was so bad I had to go to the hospital. And so before I had my gallbladder out, they sent me in for a procedure where they put like a tube down your throat and they go all the way down. They took the stone out and put a stent in because I it was going to be a few days before I could actually get the actual surgery. Um, and they said after that procedure, the nurse told me that the stone they took out of me was the largest they'd ever seen doing that procedure. So yeah, I was hurting. But yeah, kidney stones a few times a year. You got to pass your kidney stones out your wee wee, right? Like that doesn't sound fun at all. Kitty says I got lucky with mine. I was covered under my mom's insurance and state insurance, but yeah, our healthcare sucks. And look, Canada's not perfect either. Don't get me wrong. Like there's lots of things wrong with Canada. Um, well, there's lots of things wrong with the world, but let's not worry about that. 'Cause here's the thing: none of us can change it. So let's just try to have as much fun as we can while we're stuck on this earth, right? Now you're too old for your mom's insurance, so I haven't been to the doctors for a while. Yeah, I get it. And even in Canada, like, it's weird. Like, dental's not free. Your eyes aren't free. Like, optometrist, going to the optometrist isn't free. Dental's not free, right? It's not like everything's covered. Yeah, and Europe has similar system as Canada. I mean, let's be honest. The United States is relatively unique. Most of the rest of the world has healthcare, right? But anyway, I try not to talk about politics, and this is well, I was going to say it's veering awfully close to politics, but let's be real, it is politics. So let's not talk about it. All right, so I'm sold out of everything except elevators, pretty much, of the big ticket items. So let's try to restock some stuff while we're here. I think I have enough to make a truck. Oh, I'm out of light bulbs. I was gonna go buy some light bulbs from. Okay, so Beaumart, that's Hood. They only have three. PK has somebody, only has 10. All right, let's go see PK. I wonder, does Punch have any queued? Like, if I sell Punch wire, will light bulbs spit out? No. Okay. Simon says, I gotta go drink some drinks at the pub. See y'all Saturday. Hey, have fun at the pub. I will see you Saturday. Thanks for coming out, Simon. Does anybody want this crushed iron? I don't know what I'm even going to do with it. Does anybody have a use for crushed iron? Oh, maybe I'll just put it over here. I said, put it over here. Punch can take it. All right, it's just gonna wait. Just sitting at the side of the road here. Sitting on the side of the road. Kitty says another fun fact. Kitty shocked an ER doctor by being hospitalized for an ear infection in both ears with a severe psoriasis flare up in both ears, too. He said it was his first time seeing it. Gotta love that. Gotta love it when you're a special case, right? Your wife gets them worse than you. She had to have two surgeries in 3 months of each other. Oh, for kidney stones? Oh, Punch buys crushed iron? Yeah, probably could just sold the Punch then, since it's literally right there. Oh well, not a big deal. So Are kidney stones, is that hereditary, Thorgrim? Because I feel bad for your kids if you and your wife both get them. I doubt kidney stones would be hereditary, though, would it? Maybe there's an underlying cause that's hereditary. Is it just me, or is the world loading in slow today? Like, whoever that is in front of me, it looks like they're floating. They're flying. Don't think so. That's good. Oh, it's Josh. Going with a load of crushed limestone, looks like. All right, so yeah, I'm going to buy light bulbs. Like, wait, why am I on this road? Yeah, it looks like these folks are connected to the power grid. Or no, 12,000. So it's, yeah, so we have like several different power grids that aren't connected. And I will get some electrical stuff up in my stores, just like I said. I don't know the prices of stuff off the top of my head. I have to check my spreadsheet, and that's, I don't want to spend stream looking at spreadsheets. As much as some people might like that. I do I do believe, and somebody said this to me once, a friend of mine said, I missed my calling as a statistician. I do like numbers. I do like spreadsheets. I would probably love, um, was Eve Online, that space MMO that people say it's like a spreadsheet simulator. I'd probably like that. I'd probably like it too much. It's like cocaine. I don't want to try cocaine because I'd probably like it too much and get addicted. Same reason I don't play Eve Online. Eve Online and cocaine, no. Another fun kitty fact. The doctor once looked me in the eyes and asked me how I could still smile with all the health issues and chronic pain in me. I was laughing and dying inside when he asked me that. Internally, I thought society won't let me not smile, so I smile because I have to. Kitty, if you don't want to smile, you don't have to smile. It's fine. Some need compost. What's going on here? Yeah. If you have compost you don't need, the government stores buy it. You can sell it to the government stores if you need to get rid of compost. That we can help you with. Throw these light bulbs. So yeah, so there'll be no more vehicles once I run out of light bulbs until somebody makes some more. And I should check to make sure I have copper wire. So if I don't have copper wire, then people can't make light bulbs. All right, skid steer. I just need an advanced combustion engine, which I could make, although that will put me out of valves pretty much. Okay, now I'm out of light bulbs. So let's fire up some valves while we're here. Valves is a bunch of steel crap. Now I'm getting low on steel plates. It's always something. There's always something I'm low on. You take it I'm a baseball fan since I'm a numbers fan. I am. Um, Not like I used to be. But man, I used to love, I don't know if anybody, I know Nergy has played it before. Out of the park baseball. It's like a game where you're like the GM of a baseball team and a manager and all that. Man, I used to play that so much. And yeah, I love the number. Yeah, I love the numbers in baseball. I've kind of fallen out of baseball a little bit. When I used to play fantasy baseball and stuff, I used to be really into baseball. But yeah, the 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 numbers are my favorite part of baseball. Light bulbs are still an issue. When I get on, you can make some. Have Ned too. Okay. I do have copper wiring for sale to help you with that, Kitty. Yeah, compared to other sports, the numbers in baseball are great. Like they're really, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. Oh my, I thought I was finally getting rid of all the crush that everybody was giving me, but no, still all kinds of crushed. All right, so I probably don't need to take that many roads. For light bulbs, no, I've just been buying them as I need them. I probably should though. Were they 13 bucks? I don't think I do. No, I don't. 40 max. At some point, everybody will have a vehicle and I won't need to make anymore. But we're not at that point yet. Like, this is too many roads. I won't be able to place all these, but I'm just going to throw some in the stockpile at the start. Everybody else, it's 13 bucks, Kitty. So that's what my buy order's for. Yeah, man, I used to play a lot of that out in the park baseball. Just pour over the stats. Being more than a skid and a truck is useful, though. So you would keep it. Wait, so you're saying having more than one of each is useful? I mean, look, I mean, I believe you. Yeah, I'm the same as Thorger, man. I'm just gonna drive around in the steam truck till the end of the server. I don't like the truck. I don't like the way it handles. And I'm not a skid steer guy. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I don't like the skid steer. I don't like the truck, so I don't use. Probably don't need to put. Yeah, no, that's a good amount. Just tuck those in there. So we'll go place these out. And you said, Kitty, this road here is at height 70. You said right, right here. So I'll need to be at like 74, so I can go over top of it, at least. I want to be up nice and high too. I don't want to have to tunnel through too much stuff if I can help it. Although I guess I could give in and use the skid steer myself, right? Be like, fine, I'll use the stupid skid steer. Yeah, I might have to change this. I don't like having this desert here. Maybe you can put some crushed rocks there or something. And I am going to rework this section as well, eventually. It's a little too harsh if you fall off, right? So it'd be a little too punishing, I feel. And not that it's that hard to stay on, right? Like, the only time I fell off is when I did it on purpose just to test it, right? All right, so like that. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not what I want to do. Crushed limestone would be perfect. The limestone I just took, I sold to the government store because I personally can't crush. I'm not a miner. Now, 2 servers ago, you needed a skid in a truck. That was the one. That was one where you were in the mountains and you had the pub in the mountain and the waterfall, right? That was 2 servers ago, I think, right, Thor? I believe. So, start with this block. Yeah, that's understandable. They needed all that. All right, so what height are we at now here? What height is this? Now let's get rid of this stuff. Crushed sandstone would be more logical for that spot. Oh, for the little strip. Yeah. I was thinking even. I mean, it's going to stand out either way. I was thinking like one of the darker ones, like crushed shale or granite, would look more like the road. But maybe I don't want it to. Yeah, probably shouldn't have it blend into the road though, right? Probably that's probably the opposite, exact opposite of what it should be. So yeah, yeah, I'll do some crushed limestone. I thought you were asking for crushed limestone, Kitty. It's my bad. Yeah, I can track down some crushed limestone for sure. Crushed nice to be special. Yeah, could do that. Um, Sometimes with the delay, I don't. When you're responding to something specific, I don't realize what it is. Dry tailings or crushed slag or copper. Yeah, I mean, it's all kinds of things I could use. I just don't want desert. Or I mean, I can just put stone road there, right? Like crushed mortar. What's that look like? Crushed, is that like the crushed mixed rock or whatever? Which I believe DeBloke was selling. Yeah. So this is this. Yeah. Okay. He's got. Yeah, he still has 20. I might have to go buy that. Yeah, I want to see what that looks like. I might go buy that just to see what it looks like. See, like right now, I should probably have a skid steer, right? I'm sure every. Oh, hey, get back here, you. Where do you think you're going? All you people that like skid steers are like, why is he not using a skid steer? Because I'm stubborn. I'm an old, stubborn man. Get off my lawn with your stupid hip hop music and your TikToks and your sus and your on God. Get off my lawn. I'm not that old, but I'm not hip anymore. I used to be hip, then they changed what hip was, right? Now I don't know what's hip. I think that's like a Grandpa Simpson quote. Man, I don't know when the last time I actually watched The Simpsons was. Like, man, I still remember up in Canada at least, The Simpsons has been in syndication forever. I remember being in like high school age, between 5 and 6 every day. There, it was The Simpsons at 5 o'clock, like supper time. Simpsons at 5 o'clock, and then Fresh Prince at 5:30. That's what I ate when I ate my. That's what I watched as I ate my supper as a teenager. Skid steers bussing for real, for real. See, Edible's a kid. Edible knows. Wait, you're old too, Edible. Your nephew teaches that. I do have a nephew who's like 20, 21. My nephew's 21. But he's kind of like a. I mean, he definitely knows the slang, but he's a bit of an old soul. No, not old soul's wrong. Old soul's wrong. But a lot of this slang I don't hear him saying. You're old enough to have watched Fresh Prince, but I mean, Fresh Prince is timeless, right? Fresh Prince is just a good show. Although I struggle with laugh track or studio audience shows now. Um, if I if I watch for long enough, I stop noticing the studio audience. But when I first start, okay, so I can't drive because there's a little tiny because this little stone was holding me up. Um, but I just happened at one point to watch a bunch of shows like back to back to back that didn't have a studio audience. And then when I do try to watch a studio audience show now, it's weird. There is a new version of Fresh Prince, yes. Yes, I'm the same way. Like I'm not trying to like if you like shows with an audience or a laugh track, hey, that's fine. Like I said, I used to watch a ton of like Fresh Prince and Friends and like those shows were my jam, right? But now it's tough. Married with Children, that'd be a good show to be redone. Yeah, I saw the new Fresh Prince, isn't it? Like more of a drama. Like it's not really a comedy anymore. I think, except Mash for some reason. Yeah, like it depends too how loud it is. Like I find, um, like How I Met Your Mother. There's a studio audience laugh track, whatever you want to call it, but it's not super loud. Whereas like YouTube, like I watched one Big Bang Theory clip on YouTube once, and now it's still and probably till the end of time will continue to suggest them to me. But if I watch them, man, the laugh track slash audience is so loud in Big Bang Theory. It's like, and yes, I know Big Bang Theory has its other problems as well. Yeah. Thorgrim says, but yeah, Married with Children would be good. I agree, Don. That was a good show. I think you could do it. Like it's not Like there are some people who be like, oh, you could never make Married with Children now in this PC woke world. Yeah, you could. Married with Children wasn't that vulgar. Like, come on, give me a break. Um, Orgum says, waiting on your niece's decision on our college. She's already gotten two acceptance letters so far. Nice. Oh, I just sold out of wood shop carts. All right, I will restock those when I get back home as well. I never understood having the laugh tracks. It breaks the whole lost the world the story to me. Yeah. Oh no, it's like some of the jokes for sure, Don. I agree. But like you could definitely. I think it's over. Some people overblow what you're allowed to do nowadays. And now, to be fair, I haven't watched Married with Children in a long time, so maybe my memory of it isn't entirely accurate too. But nowadays, it was you know, you know what they say: any publicity is good publicity, right? And at the end of the day, who cares what social media has to say? That's what how I look at things. Um, but yeah, we talking about before I. How did I even get into TV? Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, almost every sitcom had the live studio audience, right? Like like Cheers and Married with Children, and they all had a laugh track, studio audience, whatever you want to call it. Fresh Prince, it's what I grew up with. But at some point, I watched, and it was just a random thing. Like it was early in like the streaming days. I binged like God, it was like Modern Family and Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine Nine and Community and like just I just watched all these shows like back to back to back to back. None of them had a studio audience. All good shows, by the way, that I just mentioned. And then when I did go to watching a show with the studio audience, it was like, whoa! It just takes you out of it because like people are like the actors pause after jokes to let the laugh hit. It's just I don't know. It's just awkward. I mean, Cheers is old. That's a show from the '80s. That Cheers is older than you, Katie. Like, right? Let's be real. So is Married with Children. Um, Cheers is one of those shows that like I watched as a kid, but my mother was always like, I don't know if you should be watching this, just because it was in a bar. I think more than anything. But yeah, now Cheers. There's another show that I do not think I've watched. Last time I watched Cheers was. I have heard that of all those shows from that era, I've heard that Golden Girls, uh, like aged really well. Golden Girls is still good. Oh, yeah. The only thing here, edible, if you're watching, it's likely going to ramp down, right? Just FYI. But I mean, this still makes my life a lot easier. You can't dig. Can you dig up with the skid steer? But I'm not sure exactly where the ramp's going to be. Or no, wait, it's Rico that's doing it. Sorry, Rico. Why did I think it was edible? Oh, because Katie said edible was working on the road, so I thought it was edible. So yeah, if you keep digging this, Rico, the racetrack needs to be 8 wide, right? Um, yeah. No, thank you. That will help. That makes my life much easier. Thank you. All right. Oh, so this is why you have three trucks. This is why Don says it's good to have more than one truck. So you can just load them all up, right? All right, let's go get rid of this stuff. Edible's working on this road. There's Edible. Yeah, we just lost the last recently, the last Golden Gorilla. Yeah, I didn't. I guess I didn't realize that. I knew we lost Betty White, and obviously Stella Getty. I mean, she was pretty old back then. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. I mean, you don't need another truck, Kitty. It's a luxury. Sure, it's nice to have, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it's needed. Yeah, I forgot that you had finally taken glassworking, so yeah, you can hook me up with light bulbs if you're around, eventually. And this store is probably almost full already. Does anybody need any of this limestone before I potentially zap any of it? No, it's not full yet. I emptied like half of it this morning. Oh, there's still some space in here. There's all this mortar stone, which I don't want to zap because I want to use it for the racetrack, but I gotta like I gotta do some work on the track before I need it. Right? You would take another blast furnace. All right, let me queue up a couple blast furnaces then. Here. Oh, and what else did I say I wanted to do while I was here? Wood shop carts, I think. Golden Girl's mom was actually younger than her daughter. Did you notice I named your stock? I didn't, but thank you. Um, wait, Thorgrim, are you telling me that Estelle Getty is younger than what was the other actress's name? Not Betty White. Forget her name. There's no way she was younger. Okay, I gotta Google this. All right. Wood shop cart. This is the wrong table. Help if you go to the right table, Luch. Wood shop carts. All right, I need wood carts first. Make some wood carts. Let's eat some grub. And let's make 2. After that, I'll have to make some more stores. All right. E. Arthur, that's her name. All right, so Estelle Getty was born in 1923, so she'd be 100 right now if she was alive, which she's obviously not. B. Arthur. 1922, holy crap. Holy crap, Thorgrim. She what? What? She looks so much younger. She was born in 1922. Nineteen 1923. She was a year younger than her television daughter. Like I know that kind of stuff happens a lot of time. Maybe not to this degree, but you'll have times where teenage shows like the parent of a teenager is only actually like 5 years older than the kid because it's a 30-year-old playing a teenager. He looks so much older. Oh, they must have dyed her hair, or did she dye her hair here? Because she looks so old in the show, right? Like, yeah, because this is what she looked. Did they put a wig on her? I guess those glasses probably had 10 years too, right? Like, look at these glasses. Those glasses, they had 10 years alone. Well, RIP, both Estelle Getty and B. Arthur. Wow. That's. Anyway, moving on. Get back out to the racetrack here. Wait, where did they leave my truck? Right here. Right in Don's way. Sorry, Don. Oh, what else? I was going to queue up something else here when I was here, wasn't I? Oh, no, that's fine. Getting off track is fine. I mean, that's part of the appeal of streaming, right? Is we can have an interactive back and forth. And um, wait, do I have a skid? I think I have a skid steer. Isn't it just a truck that I need in stock? No, I have both. I don't have an excavator. Does anybody want an excavator? I guess is the question I should be asking. Oh, metal light bulbs. I can't. Whatever. Okay, so let's make the advanced combustion engine. That way, later I can make an excavator or skid steer. Getting off track is fine, but like especially since I'm just making the racetrack today, right? It's not exactly exciting content. So it's mostly the stream's all about the conversation that we get to have, right? So I don't mind getting off track. Definitely less people watching today, but yeah, I don't know. The evening streams seem to do better viewership wise. I think I'll keep doing a mix though of day and evening streams, just so that everybody can watch. Kitty says, plug from assistant YouTube mod. If you're enjoying the stream, show that like button some love. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and jingle the bell for notifications. I never tell people to turn the bell on for notifications. I probably should, but I don't. Ever. I never have. I don't think I've. Maybe once. I don't know. It's not something I ever do though, and it probably should be. Bonus check out second channel. Well, yeah, Thorgrim sharing that. Like when you said, I was like, no, there's no way. Because I was like, there's no way that she was actually younger, but she was. She really was. Blows my mind. Man, I can't wait to drop that fact on people. Speaking of the second channel, so far all I've done is the Mad Games Tycoon 2 playthrough. I will be starting to do some other games of various genres on there. Maybe as soon as tomorrow. There's a game coming out tomorrow that I might cover. Honestly, depends how much it costs. Well, I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, I'm just smiting these trees. I've been cheating. I'll be honest. I've been cheating on the trees. I haven't been cutting down the trees for this racetrack. I've been smiting them. You want to call me a cheater? You can go ahead because you wouldn't be wrong. But I'm still going to do it. Is what it is. All right, so we got to go down one more. No, and we're out. I'm getting good at the track. I am getting good at the track. I mean, I've done it so many times, especially the early part. I've done it so many times at this point. It's getting to be ridiculous how many times I've done it. Plenty of practice, exactly, Thorgrim. Plenty of practice. Looks like the limestone days are behind us, and it's just going to be sandstone now. Height are we at? So we're at this is 74. I gotta get a look at the terrain here. How high is this hill? This isn't going to go well for me. No. All right. Got to find a way to climb up here. I might have to give up. No, I was going to say I might have to slash fly. All right, so where am I? Katie says, FYI, there are other things you want your sister. I will let you know. Kitty, thank you. So we're under here right now, right? We're under there somewhere. So this is just like one little peak. How high is the ground out here? 74. All right, so yeah, we'll go up to 74 and then we'll punch through and then we can just go straight. That's at 73. Then we can just bridge. We can bridge over. Hey, out of the way, you. Yeah, no, that'll work. All right, so yeah, let's go up to 74. and then we'll just punch our way through. Get back. Yay. All right, and what did I say? It was 74 of this one? Yeah. So we're getting there. Oh, did not mean to do that. Did not realize I still had the depth tool in my hand. Yeah, I'm a cheaty face, I know. Sue me. This racetrack will be fun for everybody, I swear. I'm doing the server a greater good. That's what I tell myself anyway. I'm hoping people enjoy it. I'm hoping people actually show up to race. I would hate for all this effort to be for nothing. I think some people will, though, at least. Maybe even some people come back that, haven't really been playing much lately just to do some races. We will have prizes, but of like money or whatever, but most people probably don't care about money at this point. But I don't know. I feel like you got to give some kind of prize out. So I remember a couple servers ago when we had one of the hunting contests, we gave out a set of furniture that's not actually available in the game as one of the prizes, and people could like choose which prize they want, and nobody even picked the furniture. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of ugly. It's not like it's good furniture. What's it? Edible, are you still there? Do you remember what that furniture was called? I want to summon it and just show it. It's pretty ugly. It's like patio furniture. It's like plastic patio furniture. I forget what it was called, though. That edible must not be there anymore. I think you have PSD because every time I interact with your skid steer, I freak out and have to check to make sure the dev tool is in your hotbar. Yeah, you don't want to accidentally delete your... Are we going to play anything between the eco servers? Yes. I'll be doing Sons of the Forest for sure, right? Which comes out if we shoot down the meteor on the 25th. I think Sons of the Forest comes out a couple days before that. So Sons of the Forest for sure. But it says you can play with up to 7 friends. But my question with that is, so let's say I start a game or server or whatever. Does that mean 7 people can be in the world at once with me? Or does that mean that 7 people can ever join that world with me? Right? Because in the first one, like 20 different people could play at different time zones, right? But the second option means only 7 people can play. You know what I mean? And yeah, so basically, I'll have some kind of multiplayer game going between eco servers, especially because, and let's talk about this now. All right, so before I talk about this, let's answer a couple other. It's supposed to be at one time, so more than 7 people. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Skull, thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. And now, will I have to rent a server, or can I just host it locally? Do you know? Or can I even rent a server? I'll worry about that when we get a little closer to it. This conversation, we've already talked about this a bit in the Patreon channel, but I just want to talk about it with everybody else, although I believe most, if not all, the people watching right now are my patrons. Not surprisingly, shout out to my patrons. Thank you. Shout out to my patrons. You know what? I always show this, but I never read it off. Alyssa, Axel, Back and Forth, Black Rose, Blacking Out, Bori, Brokeeper, Damo, Edible, Itrunix, Eltozo, Encrypted, who actually canceled. I'll have to change that. But thank you for... Encrypted was a patron for a really long time, so, he's busy. He doesn't have time to play or watch, so I understand. Flex Flight Master, Goose, Ishmael, Harrow, Jamie Foe, Jasper, Keldorn, Killa, Kitty, Elsirk, Mr. Sparaco, Nergy, Nateri, Punch, Purple, Razorfang, Russ, Sadio, Simon, Skull, Stealth Sniper, Thorgrim, Wired Orange, Xandra, and the Sandman 55. No, I told you I'd try to work around it. It's not so bad now that you're not in the same row as Stealth anymore. Right? Part of the problem was you and Stealth were in the same row, and Stealth's name is fairly long, not as long as yours, but they were like crossing. They were hitting each other. was the problem. So as I was saying, we talked about this a bit in the Patreon channel yesterday. I'm just going to tell it to everybody now. The next eco server will probably be delayed a bit. If we went by our typical schedule, like if we shot down the meteor the last weekend of February, which is winning the poll right now, if you haven't voted in the poll on which day to shoot down the meteor, please do so. Unless you're somebody like Stealth who works all the days anyway. Yeah, next time I do a poll like that, Stealth, I will throw an option in at least for a non-weekend day. I have a feeling it won't win, but just just so that you and like on ostentatious can have their voice heard. Anyway, the next eco server, if I kept my typical schedule, it would be late March, right? The problem with that is update 10 will be, in my opinion, second, I want to check something, coming out late April, right? Wait, is this the highest one? Oh, so I shouldn't have. Crap. Shouldn't have. I didn't need to clear it out. I cleared out an extra one I didn't need to. Oh, that's fine. So if I keep my normal eco server schedule, the update will be coming out. I don't know why I paused there so long. They're planning to put it on playtest in early April, right? So that means it'll probably, in my opinion, be coming out to the public, aka us, late April, early May. That'll be right at the end of the next eco server if I keep my normal schedule. I don't want that because everybody's excited for update 10. Some people are updated for boats or excited for boats. Some people are excited for settlements. There's a bunch of stuff. Some people are excited for the character customization options, right? There's a lot to be excited about there. So I want to have a server launch the same day as update 10, but that means server 11 is going to be pushed back a bit. Server 11 will likely be late April, early May. Late May, if it comes down to it, right? It's going to be whenever update 10 comes out. That's the plan. This server will remain up and playable for that whole duration. I will be playing other games with you folks, right? Whether it's Sons of the Forest or something else. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to try to take the time between eco servers to make some more eco guides. I was hoping to do it like as the server went, but I've just been too busy. The professions I took kept me pretty busy, right? Maybe Valheim is not like it as long as it's in the survival tree, like survive. Words are hard. As long as it's a survival game or adjacent, so something like Valheim, Ark again, Satisfactory again, Sons of the Forest, whatever. We'll play something. Maybe Conan Exiles, Atlas, Citadel, something. We'll figure something out. The only problem with Valheim, I think, well, maybe V Rising would be another one that I would consider in that area. Kitty won't know what to do with herself during Nico downtown. It's where I get all my social interaction. Hey, me too, Kitty. Don't worry. Valheim has a player limit though, right? A fairly low one. Is it 8 or 10? I guess it'd be the same or similar as whatchamacallit, as Sons of the Forest. Or alternatively, if Sons of the Forest gets delayed, maybe we'll play The Forest. They did have servers for rent for The Forest. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you can rent one, I'll rent one. If not, I'll just, do it locally. Problem with doing it locally, though, right, is everybody else can only play when I'm playing. So obviously, I'm going to try to host a server. Valheim does have a limit. Yeah, I just don't remember what it is. Player limit. Kitty has Valheim PSD. Or yeah, Temple of Lucera is full. Okay, I will head up there in a minute. Um, yeah, maybe we can do Minecraft sometime. The OG, right? I'm sure most of us have played Minecraft at some point, right? Lots of options. There's lots of options in this genre, right? 2 to 10 for Valheim. Okay, so yeah, it's similar to Sons of the Forest then. That'll work. Can I host on my old PC like I did with Windward? No, likely not, because that old PC is old. I could only host Windward because the server itself doesn't really have to do any of the heavy lifting. It's almost all client side. Um, I mean, I could try, but especially if I'm going to be playing, like for me to play, stream, and host the server, my internet's going to be like, right? It'll be choking. It won't be able to handle it, in my opinion. All right, so let's go dump this stuff off. We'll go clean out the temple, unless somebody else is cleaning out the temple. Oh, I'm gonna fall off. Nope, because I bragged about how I'd never fall off. I fell off on purpose the other day just to show. Kitty would love to play Minecraft with y'all. Though mod wise, I only do vanilla mod packs. Look, Kitty, you know me. I'm a bit of a mod hater. If we were to play Minecraft, it would be. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make it vanilla, but I wouldn't go crazy. Especially like maybe if we were to do Minecraft more than once, maybe at that point I start for like the second one, I'd add some more mods. But yeah, I'd throw a couple of mods on there, but I wouldn't go too crazy. But yeah, I mean, at this point, people should know how I feel about mods. But like, I will not play Ark without Survival Plus now, right? Like, so better Minecraft mod pack is like Minecraft Plus. Is it kind of similar to like? Does it have a similar effect as like Structures Plus does in Ark? I assume. The biome mod, backpack mod, and axe mod are pretty much a must for me, Kitty says. Biomes aplenty, Dorgrim says. Yeah, and man, oh god, when's the last time I played Minecraft? Let's just say it wasn't yesterday. Let's just say it wasn't yesterday, the last time I played Minecraft. It was a time ago. Like 8 years ago, probably. 10. All the mods, Don says, so everyone's PCs explode. Yeah. Which is funny because, like, well, it's the same with Eco. Like, Eco isn't, like, the blocks at least aren't super complex, right? In theory. The only pack that can compete with Eco in terms of how much it eats, yeah. Well, our Ark has a reputation for being an unoptimized, janky mess of a game for good reason. And when we were doing Ark, the Ark servers generally ran better than the Eco servers, which tells you a lot, right? Wait, so is there a mod pack called All the Mods? All the Mods 8? That's like the Factorio. Isn't there like a mod pack that includes like there's like Bobs and Angels and all those? Ooh, we could do a Factorio run sometime too as a group. Would be fun. I consider Factorio a survival game. ATM 8 is the pack I'm currently playing, Fuse says. I always assumed, Fuse, your name, the MC, I always assumed it meant Minecraft and not that you were a DJ. But I was, I wasn't sure. That was me making an assumption. Did I miss the road? No, it's coming up. Yeah, I remember, like a lot of people, some of the some of my first real heavy viewing experience, gaming viewing experience on YouTube was Minecraft, right? In like 2010. Etho. Is it Etho or Ethos? Etho, I think, was Minecrafter I used to always watch. Minecraft YouTuber I used to watch. Yes, Strawberry, this is indeed full. Does anybody need Clay anymore? Like, does it Ethos Lab? Yes, that's it, Don. That's him. That's who I used to watch. He taught me everything I know about Minecraft. Watched him back a lot back in the Minecraft days. Yeah, so I was, yeah, like I said, it would have been like 2010 for me. You know what? I'm just gonna zap all four of these. Why not? Unless anybody wants. Is there anything anybody wants up here before I just start blasting it? There's a Minecraft mod that is like satisfactory. That would be something. You have 30 seconds. If anybody wants any of this junk, come get it now. If not, gone. EW20, Direwolf 20, I assume caused me to play mod of Minecraft efficiently, but without having any creativity. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft was my first time. Like, I remember I had two separate bases, and I dug like a tunnel. But then I did like water, so you have like a water source for 4 blocks, then you have another water source, then another water source, and so it's like a canal, but it makes you go really fast. Man, I remember I had one this way, one this way. You know what I mean? It took me so long to make that. I was so proud of it when it was done, though. Yeah, I could just zip between my two bases. Vintage Story. I've heard the name. Somebody's brought it to my attention before. I've looked at it. I can't remember anything. Is that one even out? There's a few. I'm trying to remember what's. There's a couple of them that look very, very ambitious that I'm curious about, but will they actually be decent? Who knows? I've definitely heard of Vintage Story. I have not played it though. I only know about it because somebody's mentioned it to me. Wait, what? Oh, I did not put that in the right place whatsoever. Not sure why I thought that was in the right place. That one's not in the right place either, Luch. Not even close. Not even close. This is way okay. Usually when I do this, I don't zap all four. It's way easier to place when you don't do all four. Because you can just go off the other ones, right? That okay? Yay, nailed it. All right. Now I can just go off that one, right? Once you get one down, it's easy. Um, if we play Minecraft, Kitty does building and farming. No way. Never would have guessed that, Kitty. um, there. If you have food mods, I do cooking too, so I always have food for people. Nice. I do 3 place, and if you need, zap the fourth. Vintage Story is like Minecraft, but more complex crafting system. Yo, Minecraft, maybe Punch. Just we're just talking about. So I don't know. I mean, you're in the patron channel, so you probably saw this. After this server, I'm not doing another eco server until update 10 comes out, and that might be a while, right? So we're just kind of talking about what we're gonna do in the gap. And Sons of the Forest comes out February 23rd. We'll be playing that. I guess, Strawberry, you're listening at least, right? It's empty. I emptied the temple completely. Yeah, what I usually do when I come down, I look at the one that has the most junk in it, the most dirt. I destroy that one. I give myself 3 stockpiles usually. I place another one. Then I move all the dirt or the junkiest junk into that one, zap that one. Then I do the same thing again. So anyway, this is the first time I've ever, I think, come down and just zapped all 4. That's not usually how I do it. But it sounds like a lot of people would be interested in Minecraft. Food mods would be cool because I hate the limitations of the cooked food variety. Could do Minecraft. Punch played Minecraft for 8,000 hours. But it must be hyper modded. Well, we were talking about that. And you know me, I'm not... Oh, I'm going to fall into a hole here. I'm not one for mods. Well, if they're all full, you can't really organize. Mod Factorio, like Bobs and Angels and stuff, Don? Or are you talking about like just quality of life stuff? Can you even rent Factorio servers, or would I have to just host? I'd probably have to host that one locally, right? I would think. If they're not full, Katie, I organize first, yes. Usually one of them is mostly full of junk anyway. It depends. It's all situational, right? So I guess the moral of the story is we have options. Mostly quality life and random things. I doubt most people would want to have Bob's. Well, true. True. I just mean for more of a challenge. We did do way back early on. You'll organize even if full. But if they're full, how do you organize? You have no room to move anything. I mean, I guess usually you have a little bit of room to move around. Like I said, I'll look at them. I'll figure out which one of the 4 has the most junk in it. As long as there's nothing that we want to keep in it, I'll zap that one, and then I'll organize from there. Is what I typically do. Yeah, way back, we did a Factorio run. I just hosted it locally. We just did it over a few nights. It was me, Alyssa, Ro, Josh, Goose, and Lord Entropy joined for a bit. Factorio is the factory builder that's got the top-down graphics. You probably wouldn't like that one. There's a lot of... Well, I mean, there's fighting, but you can just stay in base. It's way more of a factory builder. It's not really a survival game. I mean, Punch, I get it. You've played 8,000 hours of Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in like 8 or 10 years, right? So for me, but yeah. Factorio, you also have a lot of hours on. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Factorio, I might be able to host Factorio on my second computer. Possibly. I mean, I could try it at least. But look, we got options. Clearly, we've got options for games to play between Eco. For sure. Oh, I should have grabbed some porridge. Oh, who has porridge for sale? Strawberry on the go. Skid marks. Strawberry. I went right by strawberry. And I can go by. Kitty, I think you would enjoy Life in the Woods mod pack. But yeah, we got options. We'll worry about Eco for now. We still got a meteor to destroy. Calorie's not here. I'll have to talk to Calorie about what about Minecraft before Eco update. Vote on Discord. Yeah, we'll talk about it in Discord. Like I said, I'd like to focus on Eco for the next couple weeks, and then we can worry about, what we want to do. Well, right now, because the timing of it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Sons of the Forest after Eco, right? But I'm not sure how long that's going to take. It might only be a couple weeks, and then we can look at Minecraft or Factorio or whatever. I think this is it. I don't think I have any. Anyway, as I was, Punch says I was one of the builders of Vanilla Minecraft 2 back in the days. Look at that 450 timestamp to see the results. I'm assuming you linked something somewhere, Punch. Anyway, the moral of the story is next Eco server going to be delayed. We will continue to play something together as a community. As to what it is, like Rico said, we'll talk about it in Discord. We'll do a vote. We'll go with that. Right now, I want to worry about Eco. Oh, yeah, so I'll have to talk to Calorie about the lasers. If he wants to build any, I can just build them all. I don't mind. But if Calorie or Philosopher King, if they want to contribute a laser or two each, we can do that too. Yeah, I'll talk to Cal and BK about that when I see them. Or has Bori taken electronics as well? Yeah, and Bori. Like we could each do one. That makes sense. We probably there's four of us. Makes sense for us to each do one, right? I'll price up a laser. That means I'm gonna need some framed glass, either from Punch or Kitty or somebody at some point. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I should probably use a skid steer. You see how much I got done today? And then you come over here and you see how much Rico has got done today. And Rico got a lot more done than I did. Kitty, I struggle with factory building games. My ADHD and OCD struggle with them. Doesn't help keep my attention on it. I mean, that's just an option, right? Satisfactory and Factorio. The problem with those games is you need somebody, and I'll say this for both Factorio and Satisfactory. You kind of need somebody to be like the foreman, like the boss, the supervisor, whatever you want to call it, to say, hey, we need this. Who wants to do that? Okay, you go do that. You go do this. Who wants to work on copper? Who wants to work on cement? Okay, you do that. You do this. Who wants to go fight? Who wants to go explore? Right? You kind of need somebody to be the boss. And I don't want to be the boss. I don't want to tell people what to do. You removed all those floating LSs with tailings. Looks much nicer. Okay, thank you, Don. You can provide frame glass since I need the money. PK needs funding too, so maybe he can provide it. Well, he can also do a laser, and the government will buy the laser, right? So that'll be some money for him. Eat some porridge like we're Goldilocks here, sealing the Three Bears porridge. Good. And what else? What do we need? We need carbs. Wow, I almost never need carbs. Let's have some smooth gut noodle rolls. Yummy. Foreman, or you end up with an unsatisfactory run. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Do I need to clear out some of this clay? Probably should. Yeah, like I said, the moral of the story is Eco Server 11 will come. It will come whenever update 10 comes. In the meantime, I'm hoping to get some guides out, hoping to play some other games with you folks. I'll stream those other games, maybe do some guides for those, depending what my comfort level is in those games, if I can think of a good guide to do. And then, of course, I'll have little short Let's Plays over on the second channel during that time as well. I mean, look, I'll be honest. Basically, I'm banking on Eco having a surge in popularity when update 10 hits. That's kind of my, if not, that's not going to be good for me as a YouTuber. I'm banking on Eco finding some success off of update 10. So fingers crossed for me. If not, then whatever, I'll deal. I got my Patreon payout today. It's the largest one I've ever had. So thank you again to my patrons. I greatly appreciate all you folks. Yeah. Again, I'm hoping to have the road. I'm hoping to have it done by Tuesday stream at least. I don't think I'm going to have it done by Saturday stream. Maybe I can have it done a little earlier than Tuesday. We can start doing some time trials. You're referring to the SAS factor, yeah. Well, that's where I came up with that theory. I think Factorio is similar, because if you have people just kind of doing their own thing, it doesn't necessarily go well. You need to communicate. And the problem with Satisfactory too is, like the people playing, like some of the people didn't necessarily know some of the other people well. Like at this point, I know, I played enough with Punch. I played enough games with Punch and Kitty and most of you folks that I kind of know some of your tendencies. I know what you're like, right? Um, Whereas if I was playing with some people I didn't know, it'd be a little harder to manage, right? I think we know each other well enough. I think that we'd be able to make that work at this point. Better than it was last time, but yeah. Satisfactory is a game I definitely want to play when they finally add the story, right? That's why I say a Minecraft server would be cool because I can go off on my own, just grow crops. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean for sure. For sure. We need more dirt. That's all clay, I think. All right, but we're getting there. We see the light. Or wait, am I? What height is this? 72. So I got to come up at least one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna leave that one there. You'd probably like Satisfactory if you had people to play with, but the lack of farming makes it hard for kids to have fun. Although that's something that people have talked about. I don't know. There might even be a mod for that. But yeah. Satisfactory, it's fun. I don't mind playing by myself. It's not some I would not want to play Satisfactory with strangers, right? But like I said, at this point, I know at least most of y'all's tendencies somewhat that it wouldn't really be strangers. I can borrow your skid steer and truck. You're going to go do something else. All right, thank you. I'm almost through anyway, but maybe if I come back, if I need to tunnel more, like over there or whatever, I might take you up in that offer. And there we go. Almost locked myself out, or not locked myself out. You know what I mean? Plus, Minecraft is more blocks of choices, so more building options. Yep. No, well, no. I mean, I suggested Minecraft for a reason. I'd be down with that. I thought about it a while ago. Like when we did the Arc server and we were kind of, talking about, hey, between eco servers, we should play a different game every time. I was like, I had thought like we should do Minecraft. It's the OG, right? It's like kind of like the OG of this genre. We should probably play it at some point. And like I said, I haven't played it in so long. And to be honest, I've never played Minecraft multiplayer. All my time in Minecraft, which isn't much. I'm nowhere near Punch's 8,000 hours. Um, like I have like the old, like Minecraft is that old Java version or whatever. You know what I mean? If anybody knows what I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if I could access it. I would probably have to buy Minecraft again, which is fine. Uh, I saw your wall of flat steel with the torches or the lights on. Is that what you mean, Punch? You have probably more than 8K in that. The only game I have more than 8K in is EverQuest 2. Is there a link? I'm assuming like, where's the link? I don't see a link, Punch. Or are you talking about, oh, you PM'd me a link. I will check it out later. I have not had a chance yet. I will. Or do you want me to put it up on stream, Punch? I can if you want me to. You prefer Java though? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I remember my password for Java. Now, okay, so here's a question. If I was to get a Minecraft server, is it like, do I have to choose Java or no Java? Like, can we play? Can Javas and non-Javas play together on the same server? But I mean, I guess this is a conversation that we don't need to have today, obviously. Chat would like it. All right, bear with me here. Let me get punches things up. Four, so that's 4 minutes 50 seconds for that punch. This is your build. This is you punch, or this is you, or is this the same build? Holy crap! Did this build alone take you 8,000 hours? This is insane. You and 7 others. Tab is the best then? No, they aren't the same. They can play together if it's vanilla. So if we're gonna have mods, and I'm assuming we're gonna have at least some mods, um, has to be Java. It sounds then. How long did this take, Punch? This is insane. Y'all are insane, man. 100 hours, I believe it. All right, so you can see the type of videos I've been watching lately. Myself, board games, Valheim, board games, hot ones, sports stuff, Minecraft. Oh, multiple Minecraft. YouTube can hear me. What's this? Colin Jost being the punching bag of SNL. Anyway, the algorithm is interesting. They do a decent job of suggesting me stuff that I enjoy. I will say that. There are ways of cross playing, but it's not official sport as far as I can remember. Yeah, because I remember that kind of happened with Ark, right? Because we had mods on Ark, anybody who bought it on Epic couldn't play, and that kind of sucked for people because I think it was like free on Epic. So there was a couple people I want to say like Bogo, I think, and Ishmael bought it on Epic, but then couldn't play with us. But I think it was on sale. It was super on sale on Steam at the same time, so they ended up just buying it on Steam. Another game suggestion has random Minecraft dungeons. So what is Minecraft Dungeons? Is it like they just took Minecraft and like built dungeons basically? Like built a contained world? I always wondered what that was. I've seen it. There are ways of cross-playing, but it's not an official support. Okay. Well, excuse me, we'll probably just do Java then, right? It says my game suggestion is Space Engineers. That's one that I've had multiple people suggest to me over the years, or over the last year or two, whatever you want to call my YouTube career. Um, but I'll just say, I feel like Space Engineers isn't for me. Like as somebody who's not really a builder, I feel like Space Engineers would appeal more to people that are really into the building side. And maybe I'm wrong because I mean I've never played it. I'm just going off my impressions of like watching trailers and stuff. Star Citizen, I look, man, you can play Star Citizen if you want, Punch. But I think Star Citizen's like it. I think it's a scam. If I'm being honest, like I said, you can play it if you want. You will not see me playing Star Citizen until it's a fully released actual game. And just in general, even if it's not a scam, it's still possibly the worst example of real money transactions like in the gaming world, right? The fact that you can spend thousands of dollars for a single ship. Oh, excuse me, sneeze snuck up on me. That's ridiculous, and I just don't want to support it strictly because of that. If I'm being honest, Like, even if you ignore the fact that it may or may not be like a scam or whatever. Still waiting for those Final Fantasy 14 loot streams. Did I promise you Final Fantasy 14 streams at some point? Because that does like sound like something I might have said. But like the thing is, Final Fantasy 14, if I was to do it, would be on the second channel because I want to keep this channel to survival stuff, right? But I mean, I certainly could do it on the second channel. I randomly talked about it. Yeah, oh, I enjoy Final Fantasy 14. I played it for hundreds of hours. Um, yeah, no, it's a good game. I mean, yeah, I might have mentioned it probably when we were doing New World. I probably, was more likely to be talking about MMOs while we were playing one. Um, yeah, the problem I found with New World is like there was a bunch of us playing. There was quite a few of us playing. There was a group of us that were running dungeons in the evening. It was like me, Goose, Killa, Tarudin, Mike. It was the five of us. I think Black and Out joined us for a couple times. I think Calorie joined us a couple times. Um, but like Thorgrim was playing. I never got the group up with you, Thorgrim. Skull was playing. I never got the group up with Skull. Kitty was playing. Never got the group up with Kitty just because we were all on different times. Right? So I think that was part of the problem with New World is it was just hard because of the people that were playing, there was a lot of different schedules going on, right? Don says, I wouldn't say the second Final Fantasy 14 Renaissance is over. It's still kind of running. Yeah, no, like, oh, it's a great game. It's it's just I'm not sure if it's although I did at one point I thought about being a Final Fantasy 14 content creator at one point because I felt like the number of people who play that game compared to the amount of content out there, it felt like there was a bit of a gap there. New streamers and YouTubers joined the game in that time, got a good amount of popularity. Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember whenever Asmongold and those people um started playing it, like it was huge, right? Yeah, and the thing is, Don, I've already done that once, right? Basically, way, way back, I played it like when it not first came out. Like, and I mean, when I say first came out, I mean A Realm Reborn. I never played it pre A Realm Reborn. Um, but I played it for a while, and when I went back to it, I was like, I don't remember anything. I'm starting over, right? And I feel like I'm almost back to that point again, that I would almost need to start over again, and I need to blow my nose. I will be right back. Ugh. And it was how you felt too when you actually did play the game from start because it was happening it the first time. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's an MMO. It's a big time sink, right? So it really depends what we're doing at the time. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh no, I'm never playing Final Fantasy 14." I mean, I've been kind of casually playing Latro for the last week or two, right? Edible is a huge Final Fantasy 14 player. For anybody who pays attention to what game people are playing in Discord, Edible plays a lot of Final Fantasy 14. Thorgrim, you played Final Fantasy since the nest? Yeah, me too. I mean, I played the original. Shout out to my friend Daryl. March break would have been March break, grade 8. Grade 8 would have been like 1990, 89 or 90. Daryl and I during March break, we rented the original Final Fantasy, and we alternated whose house we slept at. So like one night we slept at my house, both of us. Then we slept at his house, and it took us almost all week, but we did beat it. And for the record, I've said this before. I think as like one of my gaming hot takes. I think both Final Fantasy 4 and 6 are better than Final Fantasy 7. I know that's a spicy take, but I think 4 in particular is highly underrated. Um, your count isn't even active currently. I play more in waves. Yeah, me too. My one big problem with Final Fantasy 14. Oh, Alyssa um, is also a Final Fantasy 14 player. Um, hate the bank inventory system. That's right, Fuse. Hey, you're old too, man. um, yeah. What was I saying? The fact that I need to like pay extra for extra retainers just to store everything, and the fact that like you have to like, you go to one retainer, okay, I grab this, then you have to go to your next retainer to grab that. Oh, that drives me nuts. Especially if like if you play a game like Elder Scrolls Online, where as long as you subscribe to Elder Scrolls Online, you get an item called the crafting bag. When you harvest anything, automatically goes in the crafting bag. If you break down a piece of gear, crafting bag. Buy it off the broker, whatever, crafting bag. Everything automatically goes in the crafting bag. It's account wide. It's unlimited space. You can craft out of it without like. If you play ESO and you have the crafting bag, and then you go to Final Fantasy 14, you have to deal with stupid effing retainers. Not fun. I need whetstones. Punch have any whetstones? If not, does Dawn have any whetstones? Yes, because I'm an omnicrafter. I need to have all the crafting classes. So you feel me. You know what I'm talking about. Katie says Edible got me into Final Fantasy 14, but I haven't played in a bit because again, playing those games only gets boring. I just sort by retainer, by material type. Yeah, I mean I have a system too, but it's still annoying, right? And it'd be even worse. Oh, he doesn't have whetstones. Does Dawn have whetstones? Wrong shop. Sorry, punch. There we go. I feel bad for the people who keep gear for looks and stuff. Because I'm not even somebody who hoards gear. I'm just hoarding crafting stuff. Because if you hoard gear on top of that, that's like an extra retainer or two, right? Like, all right, so I was going to do up some electrical stuff. Some wind turbines. Oh, I need some advanced circuits. Might want to move that sign and storage chest now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get at that store. Just FYI, punch that chest in the way. You don't think there's a need to keep old gear for the look? Oh, I thought there was. I thought there was, and maybe there isn't. I could be wrong or outdated. Oh yeah, maybe the glam dresser's the thing. Maybe I was just going off of what somebody said, and I've heard people complain that they have retainers full of gear. I assume they were doing it for looks, right? Because you have your armory chests or whatever for the gear that you wear, right? Anyway, yeah. Ever played a game called Crystallis on the NES? Crystallis, if I remember correctly, was a top-down game similar to The Legend of Zelda, right? That's like all I remember. Yeah, I know what you mean by glam dresser. Again, I'm the type of person I just wear what I have on. Like I don't put appearance gear on in MMOs, so I've never used the glam dresser, so I don't know how much it can hold. And yeah, maybe I got some bad info. Crystallis, more or less, yeah. That's all I remember about it. It was like there was the place I used to rent my games from back then. That's another thing that like kids nowadays like any a lot of the people in this chat are around my age or older. Like, how often did you rent games when you were a kid? Like, when I had my NES and my Super NES, I owned like two games for each of them. I barely owned any games. I almost entirely rented. Now you can't rent games anymore, right? Like, there's no Blockbuster left. Anyway, so um, there was two places that I used to go to rent games, and one of them they would like cycle their games out every couple weeks. They would get new games, and I remember they got Crystallis once, and I remember being really hyped to try it. But every time I went, it was out, and then they never got it back once they cycled it out. I mean, it was there for more than 2 weeks, but I don't think I ever got a chance to play it. Like I've never played Crystallis. I just know what it is. Don says I wear cute stuff like every beardy male adult who plays a female character in an MMO. Well, we've talked about this. I generally don't play female characters, but no judgment on people that do. Katie, fun fact: I had no clue what I was doing in Final Fantasy 14. I took quests I couldn't complete or couldn't figure out how to complete because I strayed from the main quest. Silly kitty moment. Um, I mean, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing side quests. I guess if you couldn't finish them, it's a little different. Although here in Canada, in my small town, we didn't have a Blockbuster. We had something called Jumbo Video. Is Jumbo Video a Canadian thing? Now I'm gonna Google that. Jumbo Video Canadian. Can anybody answer that? Does anybody in the States remember Jumbo Video? It's the same as Blockbuster. It was just called Jumbo Video. No, it is. Wikipedia says it's Canadian. Now we had Blockbuster in Canada. Don't get me wrong, but like my small town wasn't big enough for a Blockbuster, but we did have a Jumbo Video. There are places to rent games in the US. Redbox does renting games. There's a rent game subscription thing online. But yeah, didn't rent games much because my brothers and I played on systems that were behind their time. Yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm talking about kids now, like kids that are kids or teenagers now. Like renting games will be like a thing of the ancient past, right? Oh, hey, look at this. This is my local Jumbo Video closed April 8th, 2014. That's how long my local Jumbo Video has been gone. I know this girl. I dated a girl that worked at this Jumbo Video for a while, and she was the manager then. Wow, she was there right till it ended. Jen, I think was her name. No idea who this is. Jen or Jennifer? Oh yeah, Jennifer Glant. There. Sorry, I just doxed you on my stream of 13 viewers, Jen. Um, yeah, so we haven't had a Jumbo Video in town since 2014. Anyway, Don says I never rented games for money, but we rented games to each other in class. Yeah, trade. I used to trade games. I had a buddy who had quite a few games. I used to game at his place a lot. Lufia 2, Super Mario Kart. Yeah. Oh, Super Mario World is like one of, if not the best games of all time, in my opinion. Like for what it is, you know what I mean? For its time. Like just judging it against its time it came out. Lufia, I know, is like a JRPG, but I don't think I ever played it. Breath of Fire is another JRPG. I did play Breath of Fire. Do I remember anything about Breath of Fire? Absolutely not. But, excuse me, I definitely played Breath of Fire. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in game here. I'm just kind of wandering around, talking. You had games stolen and borrowed, but I only borrowed a game from a friend once. Yeah, I mean, I've had games. Ooh, Skull and Bones is another one. Oh, it's delayed. Need to. Oh, and so this Harry Potter game that's coming out next week, is that single player only, or is that something we could play together? Does anybody know? I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get the Harry Potter game. It depends on the reviews and stuff, but I might. But it looks like it's only single player, right? I'm just not sure. Yeah, Skull and Bones was supposed to be out pretty soon, wasn't it? Oh, I need more fiberglass. Punch have any fiberglass? Punch does have fiberglass. Punch is not going to have fiberglass for long. I guess I've got my 2 hours of streaming. That's my rule. I want to make sure every stream is at least 2 hours. I've definitely got that done. And I apologize for the delay today. Um, Basically, some days I eat breakfast, some days I don't. Today was one of those days I didn't eat breakfast, and like usually I'm fine till supper time if I don't eat breakfast. But when I say breakfast, I mean like brunch, right? I eat it around lunchtime, and it was like half an hour before stream, and I was like, I'm starving. I should probably get something to eat before stream, or stream is not going to be fun. So I went to get something to eat, and I didn't want to have to rush. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start stream half hour late or 15 minutes late. So I apologize for that, but Luch needed to eat. Katie says someone even stole my Game Boy Pocket and lied in my face and said they got it from a yard sale. Oh, there's nothing worse than you catch somebody stealing something and then just deny it. Like, I had a friend who I had a hoodie go missing, and like the next week he's wearing that hoodie. He's like, no man, I bought this at blah 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 store. And I'm like, dude, I was like, when did you get it? And he's like, oh, 2 days ago. Yeah, well, that's crazy that you've already managed to put a hole in it, the exact same place that I had a hole in it in my hoodie that went missing. That's a crazy coincidence. He's like, yeah man, totally crazy coincidence. Yeah, whatever. We're not friends anymore. Right. Although the unfortunate thing was, as a friend group, I couldn't completely put him out of my life. But the only thing someone ever stole from me was a Magic card. Oh God. Well, yeah, I lost some Magic cards. I lost some Magic cards, Don. Um, Ironically, the guy who stole my Magic card was named Don. I mean, I know it's not you, but basically I moved in with a friend and he lived with a friend named Don. So this guy I was living with named Don was a friend of a friend. All three of us played Magic. And like one day I realized, I was like, okay, where's my ivory tower? I know I have an ivory tower. I couldn't find it. And he had one that I didn't know he had, you know, and just a couple times I couldn't find cards, and I was like 95% sure he stole them. And I remember one time complaining about, you know, I needed to organize and maybe inventory my cards. And he's like, oh, I'll do that for you. It's like, fuck you, you're going to do that for me. You're going to steal half my cards. Story of your card is the exact same as Luch's hoodie story. Yeah, dude showed up a few days later with the same card. It was a rare and it's foil. Very unlikely to pull exactly this card. Cards weren't that common on eBay. Oh, God, man. When I played first, I played Magic like 2 different unique times. One was the 90s. Like, again, I'm showing my age. From 894, which is super early, right? To like 99 or 2000, I played Magic. I got back into it like 2007, 2008, and played for a bit in the eBay era. But like back in the original era of Magic, there was no eBay. There was no internet. I played Magic before I was ever even on the internet, right? Um, but yeah, people buy cards on eBay now like all the time. Yeah, it just sucks when you know it's yours, but you can't prove it, and they're just looking at you with that smug look, like they know you can't prove it. You know what I mean? Anyway, I did not mean to shovel that. That's fine. What? There we go. Yeah, what was I talking about? Magic. So yeah, I played Magic when it was really young. Wild Arms, Suikoden. Those are games, right, Thorgrim? Skull says I had all of my early Pokemon games stolen. Ooh, that sucks. I mean, getting anything stolen sucks. Nobody wants to get robbed. It's worse though. I feel like when it's a friend that robs you. All right, do I need to go up again here? One more, right? So this is 73. Yeah, we need to go up one more here. Will be good. Magic back in the day was just filled with people making up rules. Yeah. I mean, we were pretty good. Our group was good for that. Like we knew the rules. But yeah, it was chaos. Like I remember yeah, there was one guy who refused to abide by the four copies of a card per deck rule, right? But also one, hey, thanks Punch, some overtime money. Yeah, nice. Um, one of my friends, one of the early members of the Magic card group that I was in, he got certified as a judge like super early. And he says, mark important things with invisible ink. So if the sages and jurors take UV light and watch their face, that'd be hilarious. I've never played either of those Thorgrim. I missed a bunch of chat here, I think. Kitty says, sadly, I think my stepdad is the one who stole them, sold them for drugs. My parents aren't perfect, but at least I never had to worry about that. At least you think it was a global issue. Now people was checking their phone. Yeah. Anyway, one of the guys in my group, he knew all the rules. He ended up becoming a judge like super early. Um, so like as I've said before, I live in a small town, 15,000 people, probably less back then. Um, but he was like a certified judge able to run tournaments way before most small towns, would be able to. So we were having DCI sanctioned tournaments in like 97, 98, um, way earlier than we had any right to in our tiny little small town. Like people used to come from the larger town. So for anybody who doesn't know, the province I live in, PEI, it's an island. The I stands for island. There's two major communities. And when I say major communities, I'm referring to my town of 15,000 as the smaller of the two major ideas or major communities. But people used to come from the capital, from Charlottetown, to play in our tournaments because one of the guys in my group was a DCI sanctioned judge. And there was a time where I was the number one rated player on PEI. I eventually wasn't. I had a really good run. I didn't win any tournaments, but I finished second in like 5 tournaments in a row. Was more than enough to make me rank number one. Um, there were so often arguments about, oh, can it be targeted or not? Oh, it was timing. Timing was the worst on with early Magic before people really understood the rules. Like I don't know how long ago you played, but before they clarified like the stack and like the first out, first in out, first in, first out, or whatever, or last in, last out, whatever it was. I forget how the stack works, but until they clarified that in like 4th edition or 10th edition or whenever the heck it was, trying to figure out the timing on stuff was crazy. Kitty says, side note, you should do a Monopoly stream or Uno stream. Monopoly. You just triggered the serious board gamer in me, Kitty. Uno, maybe. Monopoly, gross. Yeah, the timing stuff, how things are done backwards. Yeah. Like nobody knew how that stuff worked. Plus there was cards like what's it called? Fork. Like Fork came out because it was powerful. They stopped printing because it was powerful, but also because it was confusing. It basically doubled any card, right? I just think Monopoly's like a terrible. There's so many good board games out there that aren't Monopoly, right? So many good board games that like playing Monopoly is like, right? Um, yeah, the timing issues in early Magic was crazy. Like that fork card, it basically doubled one spell. But like, okay, so this targets this and that targets that. Okay, well, this happens. Well, then that happens, and that happens before this. And okay, well, can I play something in between the two fork spells? Like, oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Or like if I countered the first one, does the second one get countered? And like there's no digital table to flip with online Monopoly. What do I think about life? Like the game of life? I mean, we had it when I was a kid. That's about as far as my opinion of the game of life goes. All right, these trees I am going to cut down. Is anybody looking to buy oak logs? But if somebody wanted to play a board game, like on stream, we could definitely do that, but it's not going to be Monopoly, right? Like there's a bunch of good games on Steam that we could play, or even Board Game Arena, right? But yeah, but again, that'd be second channel content. As the newer Magic cards came out, they made the older ones obsolete. Part of the reason I stopped playing. I mean, generally speaking, and I don't know what exactly like when you're talking about Thorgrim, creatures are much better now. They have made older creatures mostly obsolete, right? Um, but spells suck now compared to how good spells used to be. um, yeah, I'd say the power creep is. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not an issue in Magic, but considering how many cards there is and how long the game has been out, I think they've done a pretty decent job with power creep, right? Like I remember, I don't know how long you played or if you even remember this card, but Lightning Bolt, right? Do 3 damage, 1 red mana, right? They took that out of print and they replaced it with like a strictly pretty much worse version, Incinerate, right? They actually reprinted Lightning Bolt. I mean, this is back when I played, so this is like 15 years ago. They reprinted Lightning Bolt, so it was standard legal for a while. And yeah, people played with it, right? Like it was still good. It was crazy. Oh so you played, well, here's the thing about that time period. 96, 97. You're talking about like what? Like Mirage and Visions, probably. Weatherlight, like those sets. Ice Age, no, Ice Age was before that. Ice Age was like 95. Anyway, here's the thing. Just sec punch. Here's the thing, Thorgrim. Those cards sucked. I agree they made them obsolete, but those cards, most of those cards sucked. Punch says, if upgrading for a month to the best patron link, Root's got to play a game I pick. What if I pick Star Citizen? Then I'll play Star Citizen. Three episodes of Let's Play, or 3 streams. But I mean, how much? What's the least amount of money I have to pay to play Star Citizen? But yeah, I mean that's it. If you want me to play Star Citizen, if you do that Patreon for a month, I will play it. That's the rule. You'll hear me complaining about their monetization practices a lot, but I'll play it. Goblins and goblin grenades. Ah, goblins, yes. But I agree. By and large, the creatures in modern Magic absolutely destroy the creatures in old Magic for the most part. Spells are different. Like the old counter spell is so strong compared to most counter spells now. Like counter spells nowadays are mostly conditional on different things. Anyway, I feel like I have not talked about eco in like an hour. Oh, if I play Star Citizen Punch, I'll be just buying it and I will not be spending any real life money. You played up through 4th edition? Okay. Yeah, so you're an old school then too. 4th edition, I want to say, yeah, around 96 probably. Yeah, no, Magic's a great game. It's just it's expensive. Like I'm a competitive person. I have trouble playing a game like Magic casually, right? And if you want to compete in Magic, you got to spend a lot of money. Even if you're just playing standard, which is only new cards. Because okay, for anybody who's watching and doesn't know anything about Magic, well, you're probably not watching anymore because it's what I've been talking about. Old Magic cards. So when I started playing, they had just taken the basic set called Unlimited out of print, and there's some cards they pulled out of it because they were deemed to be too powerful. I had some of these cards. I'm talking about like Black Lotus, the Mox's, Time Walk. These cards today are worth thousands of dollars, thousands. Like, or when I played Revised was the set, which had the basic dual lands. Those things sell for, I don't know what they sell for now, but it's a lot more than what they were worth when I was playing, and I wish I would have kept them, but I didn't. But I know Ishmael. I don't know if you're watching Ishmael, but Ishmael had the whole Power Nine, which is the Black Lotus, all the Moxes, Time Walk, Time Twister, Ancestral Recall. This is the Power Nine, right? Anybody? Correct me on that. I think so. Um, I don't want logs. I want asphalt. He sold his when they were worth thousands. They're worth even more now, but he sold them. I'm pretty sure the deposit on his house was paid for by Magic cards that he spent hundreds on them and then sold them for thousands and bought a house. How many times am I going to do that and get a log? Talking about MTG got Cody excited. Now he's annoyingly talking loud. Sorry, Kitty. Sorry, not sorry, because Magic is a good game. And maybe someday, and again, this would be second channel, but maybe I'll play some Magic Arena, do some drafts. I do love drafting in Magic. I am a big drafter, always have been. Everyone stop with card games, and Kitty is only good at playing card games, not the fancy stuff. Basic deck of cards for you. Punch says, same with the Pokemon cards. I threw away all the 150 vanilla cards. I had every one of them, and a Charizard was like $100,000. Yeah. Thorgrim says, mine are long gone. Yeah. I still have some of my old stuff. It's just mostly not worth anything anymore, right? Stuff I have. Get up there. Come on. There we go. All right, so let's go. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, so this is good. I got through here. That's what I wanted to make sure I at least got through what I had to dig through, because now I can just worry about building the track again, right? You got to come up with some fun obstacles for the second half. So I'm about halfway done in the track now, I would say, right? If you look at it, I'd say I'm about halfway done. So I'm happy with that. Orgum says I sold off what I could and trashed the rest. Yes, I did sell off a bunch of stuff too. I just wish I would have held on to it. He says I might have to stop watching the stream. You're getting coding excited over Magic Talk. He apparently challenges you on Magic Arena. Well, yeah. If I can find the time, you tell Cody. I will let him know, or I will let you know to let him know that I'm ready to accept his challenge if I can find the time. Oh, once again, I grabbed a log. Well, yeah. So Racetrack. I'm hopefully have it ready for Tuesday's stream. Saturday, I don't know. Me. Oh, hello, Crocs. Saturday we'll probably work on the Racetrack a little more. Talking about a lot of things that aren't eco right now. But also, I want to mention with eco again, server 11 will be on update 10. And the government will be more. We'll have to decide, but I might not have a government on day one. If I do, it'll just be in part of the map. If other people want to settle on another part of the map and establish their own government and own currency, they will be allowed to do that. I know people such as Don are interested in that. I mean, I guess talking about other games is kind of what streamers do, right? Playing eco, it's like eco and chat, exactly. I'm curious about settlements too, Don. I'm hoping to get in on the playtest a bit myself when it comes out. I assume what will happen is one or more of the official servers will have the update on it, right, for the playtest. Kingdom of Darkness, it will be dark. I'm assuming that's how it'll work, Don. It'll be its own serving government, but you can join with other governments. But I don't know how that works. Like if I have my government and my set of laws, and you have your government and your set of laws, we said, well, let's join together for the good of the world. Like whose laws take precedence, right? Like I have no idea. Try to get out a guide for boats and stuff fast as heck. Yes, that's the plan. Like I said, folks, I'm basically like this whole thing I'm doing with the second channel and focusing on survival games. Realistically, I'm focusing on eco. I'm basically throwing all my I'm going all in on eco. I'm pushing all my chips in, and I'm really hoping that update 10 brings a lot of people to eco, which in turn brings a lot of people to my channel, right? Which is why I want to have a lot of new guides out by then, right? How do we figure out the exchange rate for the currency? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, but I think it'll be kind of fun to maybe play around with it. I know some people just like having to log in and not having to worry about that stuff. So, well, it's something we can talk about. It's gonna happen like late April at the earliest, right? Don says, thing is, a small different government can already exist in a way just without having technically a government. Like I could draw a Don Kalian district and give Cal Una me a Don Chefe credit. I mean, it's true, but like that's that's only because I let the district table be open, right? Like in theory, I could have it so that only admins could use those tables. You know what I mean? But yes, you are correct. As it currently stands, you could do that. Say that only those people can do things inside that district. This would basically create a settlement. It's true. And I will assume settlements will have something like land claims. Yeah, it'll be interesting how it works. It might just be a district thing. Kingdom of Darkness is ruled by the Goddess of Darkness, who servers the loots loyally by providing coal to his people. There can be more than one district table. Oh, so you can make your own and use it. Okay. Okay. Well, that's the thing. Like, I basically done it my way for the last servers, and they're fine. But I'll be honest, the growth on the server is stagnant, right? So I'm willing to try something new. So we could start with no laws in place, right? Or maybe just laws in one part. Or like Stell says, just have Gov for research. But if you have Gov for research, then you have to have a currency minted, right? Same government can use multiple of the Gov workbenches. Okay. Is there coming in update 10? What will it bring? I've been living under a rock. All right, so Krogsgard, yes, update 10 is a big update. There was something about it. I posted about it in the Eco Discord, but it's probably buried now. That was like a week or two ago. So boats and a new profession that's like boat builder or shipwright. I don't know what it'll be called, but boats. Boats are coming. Settlements are coming. So settlement is kind of what we're talking about now. So like, you know, you could have two different, like say we have two continents. Each continent could have their own government and currency and everything. Now, like Don says, technically you could do that now, but you got to jump through some hoops. Whereas with the settlement system, I don't think you have to jump through the hoops. But we'll play around with that. There's also some new character customization options in update 10. There's a couple other things. There's a lot coming. I forget what the other things are. Can anybody help me out? Isn't there some other little things? Stell says I like the starting currency. Me too. I don't hate the barter system in and of itself. Twitch integration, which depending on how that goes, maybe I might have to stream on Twitch again. I'm assuming most of you follow me on Twitch. If not, it's Luchera Gaming on Twitch. Yeah, if the Twitch integration is good, maybe I'll stream there. There's a lot of things I don't like about Twitch. I don't like a lot of the ways they do business. Not that YouTube is perfect either, but yeah. You're still waiting for tier 5. Yeah, so anyway, it's a big update, Krogsgard. There's a lot to it. And it's supposed to go into a public play test. Public? Did I say public? Public play test in like April 3rd. So in my mind, that means it'll come out officially like late April, early May, probably. So after this server's done, and the server will be done here at the end of February, I'm gonna wait until update 10 to do next server. Basically, is the moral of the story. What would T5 mats even be? That's a good question. Yes, Don, post meteor content a long time ago. Yeah, like they previewed boats and post meteor content. Like I was on like server 1 or 2 when they had like dev logs on those two things, which means it was like a year and a half ago, maybe even longer than a year and a half. We're finally getting boats now, but still no post meteor content. Modern crane is also still waiting. In 9.6, to change the regular crane from using oil to coal, so maybe it's soon. Oh, um, I missed some chat here. I missed some chat from Punch. So if you're fast with updates and guides, Ego 10, you will grow fast. I think, Luch, since I know one streamer going to have a server on Ego 10, guess who that will be? What's his face? Partially Royal, I assume. So if you're fast with the updates, yeah. Oh, you just copied the same comment that I missed. you're like, you missed my comment. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. And I started to read it. I was reading it like in my brain, and then something else distracted me. I think Don's and Twitch integration. Sorry. I'm not a super experienced streamer. It is busy. I do occasionally miss stuff. I apologize. The semi truck, which is in the game, it's in the files. I forget what it's called, but I could spawn one right now, right? And there's the shipping containers. Also, now I know I could switch the mortared stone to stone road, but is there any way to make this out of mortared stone? Does anybody know? Rather than have the two materials? We need another goal after the meteor. Something else that threatens the world. We need to work together to stop it. We just need something after the meteor, right? No? All right. So if I want them to be the same material, I have to use stone roads. Or use ashlar. True. True. Oh, there's so much mortared stone just sitting rotting in government stores right now that I want to use up the mortared stone. When he did the server 1.5 years ago, I was highlighted on all my YouTube accounts, even on my kids' tablets. Yeah, you came in, you were on server 5. A lot of people started on server 5. Wait, so are you Punch? Are you saying that Parsley Royal is going to come back? Yeah, because he was pretty upset. His last run, it was plagued with issues, if I remember correctly. It was plagued with issues culminating in somebody shooting down the meteor when he was in bed. Right? I think is what happened. Because I added a lot of my servers that only admins can place lasers because I don't want that happen to me. Although I feel like my community is a, more level-headed community than what his is. His is also bigger, right? The bigger the community, the more chance there is of assholes, right? To be fair, I'm not trying to say not trying to shit on his community. Just, yeah, well, I didn't have a law either until it happened to him. And then I was like, yeah, I better add a law so that doesn't happen to me. That could have happened to me just as easy, right? But because he had way more players, means he also had more assholes. And yeah, some of the assholes decided to shoot down the meteor when him and most of the server was in bed. They did it at like very non-peak times, is what I believe happened. Kitty says there's only so many of us builders that want to build the world, and a lot of players fall off, so the builders struggle to have the mass they want. Yeah, well, that's the struggle. I mean, you could argue we're there right now, right? I mean, there's only 6 people online right now. We're down to like, what, 30 active people? 39. That actually went up. We had some people come back, I guess. But I mean, like, a lot of these people, 0.96 hours, they're barely active, right? Well, I agree. They need to add something. Always someone that will troll. Yeah, no, it's a problem, Katie. I agree. There needs to be something. And I could be better at offering incentives for people to build stuff, to be fair, right? Like, I don't know. And this is, there's something Axel suggests. Was it Axel or you, Katie? Somebody suggested, because late game, doing a contest, it's hard to give prizes because most people already have everything, right? Like giving a money prize late game is kind of pointless. what I think it was Axel who suggested it, but it might have been you, Katie. You can let me know. But what if I do like, let's say I find a picture of a real life building, all right, and I post that picture in in the eco chat in Discord, and I say, okay, people, make this in the game. The best one gets a prize, but the prize is next server. You start with a set of iron tools and 20 whetstones. Like, is there anybody out there who would have a problem with that, or do you think that would be cool? Thorgrim says it's been fun, but I need to get some sleep for work tonight. All right, Thorgrim, have a good sleep. I'm not going to be going much longer anyway. I'm already like an hour past what I was going to do. Stealth says, I got competences, but not selling. There's nothing to build. I'm kind of at the end game and getting a bit bored. Yeah, I mean, everybody is. Hey, Arc Trooper, how you doing? I think it was Axel too. I think that would be a good idea, right? Unless, is that too much? Is giving away that for the next server too much? But I feel like people would definitely want to do that, right? Starting with a set of iron tools and 10 or 20 whetstones, whatever it ended up being. And remember to hit that like button, folks, so people, get suggested it later on in the future. But yeah, I'm getting close to 3 hours. Oh, I guess I did start 15 minutes late. So I'm technically not past 3 hours yet. I can't pat myself